guys, it's JC and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing my record collection. So I am an avid Spotify user. I use Spotify every single day. I have premium. Trust me guys, it's worth the $10 or $5 if you are a student. Just saying. But about a year ago in March, one of my best friends, Mackenzie, hey girl, got me a record player, and it's an Audio-Technica, which is like the best gift I've ever been gifted. And then I bought myself some Bose speakers that were about $100. So the $100 for speakers, and then the record player itself is $100. So it's like a $200 deal pack. And I think it's one of the nicest record players that's out there for the money that it's worth. And I just think it's a really nice record player. It's really clean, it's really easy, it's really simple. I keep looking because I'm looking at it like I'm talking to my, like, hey, I love you. I do love it. So 12 12s, and then I have maybe 37s. And so I'm going to go through my records. I'm not going to go through all the 7s because I'll get into that later, but I'm going to go through all of my 12s, and I'm going to go through the order I bought them. And so yeah, if you put on average, I had 12 of them. It's only been a year, so I've almost bought one album each month. So yeah, but they're really expensive too, so my collection will hopefully keep going. Okay, let's start. So the first album I bought is of Monsters and Men, My Head is an Animal. And this is a 2-set, and this is one of my most nostalgic albums ever. And so, okay, so I'll explain this. I listened to this album religiously when I was a freshman in high school, and just listening to music is time to me, and music is like what you see in artwork. I explain it really weird, and so when I think about and I listen to this album, it directly puts me into my freshman year, which is one of the most happiest years I've ever had in my life. Believe it or not, freshman in high school, my happiest year of high school. So I just love I love listening to this album, and the CD itself is bright pink. And yeah, this is just like my most nostalgic album I have, and I love it so much. Okay, so my next album is The Strokes' Is This It? And this is another nostalgic album for me. I used a lot of their music in my older videos, so I don't know, The Strokes just have that. It's like, I listen to this album a lot when I'm getting ready for bed. It's very like, let's go, let's get this done. Waking up in the morning, I love listening to it. And I love the artwork on it too. I mean, come on, is this pretty? Next one I have is Vampire Weekend, Modern Vampires of the City. And this is I always describe them in like motion and like what I'm doing. So this is kind of like my going to bed album. I love listening to this right before bed. It just really calms me down, and it's just Vampire Weekend. I mean, come on. I love all their music, but by far this is my favorite. I always buy albums that I absolutely love, and I don't like to just like, I kind of like this one song, so I'm gonna buy that. I don't do that. So yeah, Vampire Weekend, it's a must, like, honestly. Okay, so I play this game in a record store in Richmond with myself, not with like anybody else. It's I go in and I find an album that looks really appealing to me through color and the song setup and everything like that, but I never listened to them before. I'm just taking a gut chance, which has never failed me, so I'm just gonna go into it. So Beirut, No No No. Can we just seriously? Okay, this one's kind of cheaty because I had listened to one of their songs before I got it, but I didn't know it was them, so I guess it's not really cheating. And this whole lineup of seriously, just beautiful, relaxing, but very upbeat, and kind of makes me feel anxious, and I wish it was longer. That's all I have to say about Beirut. Okay, so next I have the Lumineers' Cleopatra, and I remember this one being raved about through Twitter. Everyone's like, have everyone hear the new Lumineers album, like, oh my god. And I was like, no, I'm gonna buy it on vinyl because I am a weirdo. When I first started buying albums on vinyl, I realized I was choosing only music that was very calm to me. And so this is definitely one of those where I was like, this is a calm album. And just, I remember my best friend showed me the song Ophelia, and I was like, I love the song. And then I listened to a few others, and I was like, seriously, this entire lineup is amazing. And it just, this is definitely a very relaxing one. So if you're looking for some relaxing music, Cleopatra. In May, I was in New York, and my grandma took me to see a play with my mother called Beautiful. It's a Carole King musical, and I've never heard of her before, and the entire musical was amazing. It showed her most of her life story and her accomplishments, and most of all, the music. I fell in love with it. It's very 50s and 60s, and so when we got home, I found it on Spotify, and I was like singing it, and I came home from school one day, and my mom bought me this, and she had it playing in my room, and this music, her story, everything about her life has seriously changed the way I thought about mine. She's a super powerful woman. I love her. I love the music. This makes me so happy every time I listen to it, because I just think about Carol and, you know, how she's persevered through so many obstacles in her life, and she's just made it. And I'm like, that's my idol. So beautiful. The next one I bought is Imagine Dragons, and I know who the Imagine Dragons are. It's Night Visions, but I've actually never heard any of this music before. When I got it at Barnes & Noble, actually, because I was in there for a book, and I saw it, and I was like, I kind of like that art. So I bought it. And I came home, and oh my god, I would not stop listening to this entire album for a month straight. So this just like gets me going. It's definitely one of like my hyped up ones. I love blasting because my Bose speakers go so loud. So it's great hearing these at full volume. I absolutely just love this. This is like such an exciting and happy album to listen to. Like, would recommend. I recommend all these, I'm just saying. Okay, so the next one is Empty House's Daydream. And this is one of those where I played a game. And honestly, I'm from Maine, and this looked like Maine on the cover. And so I was like, I'm gonna get it. At first, I didn't like it. I really didn't. It's kind of like a musical-ish vibe to it. But then after a few months of listening to it, I really got into it. And a lot of these songs just, it reminds me of my grandparents and like hanging out with my grandparents in the summer. And that's a really weird thing to talk about, but I guess I've heard some of this music when I'm with my grandparents, so it related me back to that time in my life. And the sleeve for this one has, I'm thinking this is like real life pictures of the artists. It's her. It's her. Of her as like a kid, and it has like all the lyrics like it usually does. So it's like really interesting. I don't know, it's just like really, it's so happy. It reminds me of my childhood. Drake is probably one of my guilty pleasure singers. So I have, if you're reading this, it's too late. I got this a few months ago, and I love it. I love listening to it. It gets me really excited. I love Drake. Basically, it's my dad, so don't judge me. It's like completely different from anything else in my collection, but I just love hearing him on vinyl. It sounds so much different, and it's awesome. So for Christmas, I was begging for views on vinyl as a joke. Like, I would take it. I want it. Yes, please. But like to my mom does not like Drake. She doesn't like his music at all. And I was like, Mom, please, like, it's all I want for Christmas. This is my favorite Drake album. The entire just lineup of music is amazing. It seriously is. People say it's his worst, but okay, like, fight me, I dare you. So, yes, I love it. It's, then again, very different from anything else I have. My best friend Mackenzie knows me so well. She got me Amy Winehouse Back to Black, and oh my god! I would not let anyone touch this when I first got it. It is amazing. It has just like her best songs on it. Like, yes, her best music. I'm telling you guys, if she was around today, she would be killing it in the music industry. The most recent one I have is JAYCI.LIVINGSTON, and this prompted me because the art. I actually knew he came out with some new stuff, but like, yes. I was in the record store a few weeks ago, and I saw JAYCI, and I was like, wait, that must be the one that I recognized the title, and I was like, that's the one. So this is it. It's absolutely amazing. It's beautiful, and that was what was playing in the beginning of the video. So if you like what you heard, JAYCI.LIVINGSTON, I'm just saying. So those are all my 12s, and now I have some 7s, and let me give you a little brief story about this. When my great-grandma passed away in May, we were going through her house and like seeing what was left, and my great-grandpa, who passed away, I believe 6 or 7 years ago, had a record collection that I never knew about. So my grandpa gave them all to me, which meant the absolute world. So I'm gonna hold them like this because I know it's not how you're supposed to hold them, but I don't have anything else to put them on yet. I'm still like looking for something that I like. And so here they all are. It's seriously a ton, but I don't always listen to these, but when I do, it makes me really emotional because I just think like this is the music he listened to, and it has old vibes. So I have some of the cufflinks, and I've actually learned to like a lot of these artists. Each side only has like 2 or 3 songs on it. One of the ones I like a lot is Freddie and the Dreamers. So Oh, it just makes me so excited. There's a lot of old music that I don't really recognize, but I love listening to it because it just really puts me in a great mood. So I definitely, I'm happy about these. I'm not going to go through each one, but it makes me really happy when I listen to them. So that is my record collection. I hope you guys enjoyed. The collection, of course, will keep growing and will keep pursuing because I hope to have a lot one day and I can pass them down like my great-grandpa did to me. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I will see you guys next week and have a great day. Bye, guys.